Hello and welcome to another dummy murder mystery book review. Oh, hello and thank you so much for joining us. Today we are going to be doing Elly Griffiths, The Dark Angel. Hold it up, Trish. Elly Griffiths, The Dark Angel. Make sure you're not covering anything else. This is part of the Ruth Galloway story, isn't it, Trish? Yes, it is. And it is all about. Oh, go ahead and tell them. Well, in the Ruth Galloway series, Ruth is an archaeologist in Norfolk in the UK, and it's summertime, and she is facing or dreading going through the summer holidays. Kind of like with no plans and nothing to do. Yes, and right in the middle of this, she gets an invitation by a colleague to go to Italy to review some things. Exactly. Excited about the prospect of working holiday escape, Ruth and her daughter Kate accompany a friend and her little son on a work holiday to a beautiful tiny town in Italy. And while there, the colleague that asked her to come and look at the things is afraid he might be in some danger. And when a loving elderly priest in this little Italian town is murdered, and Ruth finds herself yet again at the center of trying to work on something to do with archaeology, but in danger and maybe having to solve a crime when she's supposed to be relaxing on a work holiday in the sun with her daughter. So basically, they get there and they end up in this little town, and then all of a sudden serious and suspicious things begin to happen. Yes, the little town is still caught up in a World War II era of suspicion and resentment between the different people. And like some people resent people being on one side and the other side, and oh my goodness, it's almost just like the war was yesterday. Exactly. And after the review of the bones, and she does a recording for a TV show to help her colleague out. The beloved priest is murdered. Yes, she should be in the sun, on the beach, and she tries to, and there is some relaxing time, but then all of a sudden, this priest is murdered. Oh, yes, and then, oh my goodness, right at that same time, you just wouldn't believe it if I told you there's a minor earthquake. Yes, now if you are a fan of this series and you follow it at all, you know that DCI Nelson is actually Kate, the daughter's daddy. Exactly. And he cares a great deal, obviously, about Kate, his daughter, and Ruth, his baby mama. And he rushes there because he is worried. So he gets drawn into this in this mystery of strange things happening in this murdered priest. Oh yes, and there is a Russ Sleether type immigrant person. Who is they suspect a murder in the priest, but Ruth and DCI Nelson can prove he didn't. That, oh my goodness, it gets so serious. It does. But then, should we go over the main characters? Oh, yes. So, of course, Ruth Galloway is our main character, and her daughter, Kate. And then there's DCI Nelson, who is Kate's dad. And Ruth is the baby mama. You just like saying baby mama. I do, baby mama. That's funny, and the words are harder than ventriloquist. I guess you can't say it, can you, Trish? Would you get back on point? And then, of course, there is Cathbad. Oh, that is Ruth's friend, and he's a druid, and if you follow the series, you know all about him. He comes with DCI Nelson, worried about Ruth and Kate. Exactly. Now, Shona is Ruth's girlfriend who has the little boy, Louis, that decided to go on this working holiday with Ruth because she doesn't want to go by herself. Angelo is the archaeologist business associate that has asked Ruth to come and look at the things and appear on a TV interview thing that he's associated with to help his show get good ratings and continue airing on the air. Exactly. Now, talk about subplot. We didn't get to subplot yet, Trish, in our outline. Yes, I know, but we need to explain. So there are other characters that are associated with subplot, and that's Shell. That is Nelson's wife, and it just so happens she is pregnant. She is pregnant, but she is, of course, left home. There is Tim, who is a policeman that used to work with the department. This is an ongoing kind of behind-the-scenes story with of course, Nelson and Michelle and all. And then when all of this is going on, Nikki is a con who's just been released from prison. And there's suspicious things going on with him back in King's Lynn when all this is taking place, when Ruth leaves. Exactly. Now, what worked for you in this with this story? Well, it worked because I love this series. It's easy to read and they're short chapters, which I know you like, Trish. I do. I love short chapters because you can read a bit, put it down, and then jump right in, get on with your work. If you're ever in a bind trying to be creative with writing, if you're a comedian like me, and you're trying to come up with material, sometimes it's so freeing to your mind to just stop and read a quick chapter, and then you can jump back in because it's an easy read. That the chapters are concise, and you can do that. Oh yes, it just really works for me. What didn't work? Well, okay, so like I said, it really worked. I was immersed in this book, and I loved it so much. Once again, there are no problems with me through this book. Now, I know you. Well, it's true. Sometimes they go on a little bit too much about the political aspirations of Ruth. That once again, Trish, that is because this author has done such a good job with the character development. You see, you could learn a thing or two. I guess she's right. The writing style is absolutely great. It's conversational, very descriptive. Character development is perfect. There's not too many characters to keep up with, and there aren't too few people that you feel like, you're stuck in a small space reading the book. It's broad enough, but without too many characters. Sometimes you have so many characters you have to flip back and refamiliarize. Yes, it's not like that at all. The characters are developed perfectly. You can keep up with them, and it's great. What about the action, Trish? Well, I love the action. There was suspense, different things going on that was a little bit spooky, and at the very end, oh my goodness, you're on the edge of your seat. It's kind of like nobody disturb me as I read these last few chapters. The action is absolutely great. Oh, and it's not gory. Now, I love myself a good Scandi noir, but sometimes those things are gory. Yes, it's not gory. And there is a dog in this, and I'll just tell y'all straight up. If it's a movie or a book, if the dog dies, we quit reading it or watching it. That's true. No dogs die in this. In fact, a dog is a hero, but we aren't going to tell you too much. No, we're not. The subplot, or the other plot, like I said, there was a con, Nikki, who is released, and there are suspicious things. He's going around telling people he's trying to make amends, but odd things are happening back in King's Lynn, and DCI Nelson is there, and all of it comes together at the end. I'm not gonna, no spoiler alerts, Trish, no spoiler alerts. Now, was the end satisfying for you, Agnes? The end was so satisfying. I loved it, and I cannot wait to pick up the next in the series. Hold it up. It's Elly Griffiths, and I'm not sure what number this is in the Ruth Galloway series, but it's Kate is 6, and we start out in the first book in this series. I don't think Kate's born yet. That's correct. So that'll give you a little idea. I would definitely recommend this book and this series. I absolutely love it. What about you, Agnes? I absolutely love it too, and I am going to give it 4 dummies. Why not 5? Well, 'cause you tell me I get too many thighs, Trish. So let's say 4.5 dummies. Okay, 4.5 dummies from Agnes. And I really recommend you pick up this book. And if you like this series, I cannot recommend it more. Again, this is the Dark Angel, and it's Elly Griffiths, and it is in the Ruth Galloway series. And yes, and thank you so much for watching. And do what you do. If you're a little bit writer's block or need some creativity help, pick up a book. Tune in next time. Thank you. Bye.